everyone, KFC Bowl Combo here, and today we're going to be doing a review of the iRobot Roomba 645. This device is available at Sam's Club here in the United States. It's currently on sale for $296. If you're purchasing the 3-year plan, you're probably going to end up spending about $330. That includes the $30 protection plan, which I think is a good idea with anything that costs this much. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the pros of having this device, the cons of this, whether or not you should buy it, and then we're actually going to take a look at how it works and watch some video of it performing in real time. We're also going to go ahead and go over all of the items that are included inside of the box. There's quite a few things here, and we'll also discuss a little bit of how the product is built. I'm actually extremely impressed with the quality and engineering of the device. It's extremely user-friendly. It seems like it would last for quite a long time, so let's go ahead and look at that. Take a look at this. It's the front of the box, and I have the unit itself in the foyer charging, so I'm not going to get it right now. So inside the box, excuse the mess here, I kind of shoved everything back in there. We have virtual wall. If you put batteries in this, it becomes a virtual wall that the Roomba will not pass. It's helpful if you want to block off a certain room or if you don't want it to go to a certain area. We've got the brush cleaner. I'll show you how the brushes come off here in a few minutes. Use this to clean the brush off. Brushes, plural. We have an extra filter. The filter is also pretty easy to replace, and I guess it doesn't need to be replaced for a couple months, so we're going to save that. So, hi Luna. Our kitten is rather curious of this. So to remove the dust bin, just push this button. You can see it's got quite a bit of dust in there, and this is just from running this morning while I was dropping our daughter off. Okay, so let's flip it over, take a look at the underside. Okay, so probably should take this back off. To take the brushes off, we first need to remove the bin, and you should see these two yellow tabs here. These need to be pushed up, or pushed in rather, and this lid comes off. Just like that. I just did it with one hand to show you how easy it is. And then the rollers pop out one at a time. Just like this. You see there's a peg in there that they mount into. It's extremely easy to clean this. And then just pop it back in place when you're done. So, I just had a piece of dog food pop out of here. Shows you all the items it picks up, including large pieces like that piece of dog food, which was actually pretty good sized. Alright, and that's really it. This is a extremely well built device. The simplicity is just incredible. It's just so well done. So, that's it. Throw that piece of dirt out in front of it. Tell it to go ahead and clean. And at some point it'll get that piece of dirt. There we go. Perfect. I took some time to really think about the pros and cons here so that we could really kind of emphasize the good parts of this device and the bad parts of this device. Now, I will be honest here, I was having a hard time finding cons for this device. It's a pretty awesome little vacuum, so let's go ahead and talk about this here. So, for the pros, first of all, it's a robot, which is pretty amazing, just in and of itself. It's quiet. It's extremely quiet. It's much quieter than the Dyson that we currently have. So, if you want to vacuum any time of day, early in the morning, it's probably a lot more possible to do that with this vacuum. It's effective in what it does. It does pick up dirt. It does a good job of picking up dirt. It won't get under certain things that it can't reach, or in certain areas it can't get to, so obviously that's where manual vacuuming will have to come in, but overall it's extremely effective. It's also extremely well built, and it's very intuitive in its design. Everything from taking out the storage bin with the dirt to taking out the rollers and cleaning the rollers, it's all extremely well built, and it seems like it could take quite a beating and last for quite a long time. So those would be the main pros of the device. Like I said, this thing is pretty awesome. So in terms of cons, I would say that there's a few cons. One of them is that it can get caught on cords and small objects that are on the ground. So, as an example, currently we have a kitten in the house. So she has a lot of kitten toys, little cat toys all over the floor in our living room. And yesterday when we were running this thing, it was doing great and pushing them out of the way for the most part, but there was a moment in which it did ride over top of one and it got stuck on top of it and it couldn't get itself off of it, and we had to intervene. So I think one big suggestion would be to make sure that your floors are picked up of any large objects and that all the cords are pushed away before you set this thing off to do its thing, or before the scheduled time, whichever way you like to run it. Another con would probably be the size of the dirt bin. I know this is kind of ticky-tacky since it's a small robot, but the dirt bin is rather small, so you'll have to expect to change it I'd say once a day, just to be on the safe side. So probably after every use you'll want to change it just to make sure it's staying in top quality. Another con is that it has the tendency to repeat the same areas. I won't say that this is necessarily a con, because it does eventually get to the areas that it's supposed to, and it may be repeating the areas because it thinks that they're extra dirty. But in reality, this causes it to take a lot longer than a normal vacuum. So don't expect it to be done instantly, whereas you could vacuum your whole house in about 15 minutes, or at least the downstairs portion of your house in 15 minutes. It's going to take probably a half hour to 45 minutes for this thing to do its job. So if you're needing the vacuuming to be done instantly, then this probably isn't the device for you. You're going to want to use a manual vacuum or some other type of vacuum to take care of that. Okay. So let's talk about whether or not you should buy this device. I think there's a few scenarios in which you would want to purchase this device, and there's probably a few scenarios in which you would not. I'd say a scenario in which you would want to purchase the device would be if you're not home a lot, and you need something to keep up on some of the maintenance for you while you're not home, or if you're busy, if you have small kids and you're not able to get to the housework like you'd like to, that would probably be an opportunity for you to utilize this. I think a scenario in which you wouldn't want to buy this would be if you're expecting it to do all of your vacuuming for you. It's not going to do that. If you need to have an area vacuumed in a timely manner, then this is probably not the device for you. It's going to take a little bit to get things done. Overall, I can't really find a lot of reasons not to buy this device. I'm extremely happy with it, so we'll keep using it here. We may post a follow-up review here in a few months just to see how it's holding up after it's gotten some wear and tear on it.